Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh, yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Hi, how are you? So glad you're here. I am. Got to put this phone away. Okay, I'm learning. I'm getting there. I painted, but I have to learn to silence my phone, and I didn't make it in time. Okay. From my new studio, I have another huge life update, and I'm having massive, massive feelings about it. I got a new car. And gosh, I'm having a million feelings about it because I'll tell you what, there's a great story to it coming up, but I think anybody that drives a car has a lot of feelings associated with their car because there are so many things that happen to you in your life in your car. So on the one hand, you have this let me just speak for myself. On the one hand, I have this emotional connection to my car because we've kind of been through some things. I mean, this car, I keep cars forever. This car I got because I needed it because I was going to move to another state and go to nursing school over 10 years ago. I was not going to school in the town where I lived. I was going out of town. And there's a couple different reasons for that. I loved the school, but I also thought the school I'm going to and the program I'm in, there's no leeway. There's not like, oh, chill out. It was going to be fast and it was going to be ugly. And I just felt like I would have too many distractions at home. And so I just packed up the car, moved away, and said, I'll see you in a year. And hopefully I'll be a nurse or be close to being a nurse by that time. And my car was definitely in no shape for that. So got a car. I mean, I started with emotions around this car because I found this such great deal. And back then, we still kind of the whole concept of buying a car was like they're trying to give you a horrible deal so they can make the most money, and you got to get in there and you got to haggle and you got to be strong and you got to be ready to walk out. And you got to say you got to get out of here. And there was a whole myth to it and how it works and all this stuff. So I'm going to get my first like big girl car by myself. I had another car that I think we bought. I think my dad probably took care of it. But here I am being a big girl, got to go get my own car. And I get there and it really does, because I had looked around, it did seem like it was a pretty good price. And the salesman was like, to be real honest with you, this is the price that it is. It's what it is. It's not the make, it's not the brand. It's like you're at a Toyota dealership and you're trying to sell a Chevrolet. You have a used Chevrolet on the lot. You don't care if it's there or not. Just get it out of there. And he said, I'm actually giving it to you for $5 under what we paid for it, what we gave them credit for, trade-in credit for. And he turned this little screen around and showed me, and it looked like -$5. And I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And just because I was trying to cover my bases, he offered me a loan. I said, let me just double check with my bank. So I call my bank the next day and I tell her how much, what kind of car it is, all the little details and how much I'm paying for it. And she said, well, based on my calculations, we would give you $3,000 more for that car than what you're paying for it. So I felt like, wow, that's a really good deal. And that lady also said, I can't match that interest rate. So I would take that deal. And it just felt so validating that this person that's in the business of getting, they're in business of getting business from me. They want to give me a loan. And she couldn't do it. She's like, I can't beat that. Go for it. So I started with so many emotions for this car. And then very quickly, I go to this brand new town with these brand new like people in my class. I had these 3 roommates. We all lived in the same house. So every week somebody would just drive us all to school. So here I am in my new little car with 3 co-students with me driving into town. Of course, I'm 37 and they're all 23, but I'm driving into town with them, and I bring that car back. I study for my boards. I get my first job. I go to my next job. I end up travel nursing. I drive that car through Tennessee so my mom and I could see Graceland, and then up to New York. And I lived there for a year in the snow, driving in the snow, coming back. So, all this to say that this car has been with me through a lot. So, letting it go, it's not that easy. I know she doesn't really have a personality, but I feel like she does, and we've been through a lot, and you know, it's hard to let her go. So on the other side of the looking forward to a new chapter and the excitement of it, I am trying to be smart, trying not to be dumb. Those two things are actually different. I'm really just trying not to be dumb. I don't want to just go buy something that's expensive because I feel like, oh, well, I want to have at least this kind of level of car or whatever. And honestly, that's just not really true to me. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds great, but I don't really know that that's where I put my value so much that I really need some fancy car, you know? And I think I would have anxiety about it, always worried it was going to get scratched, always worried it was going to get hit. I'd be trying to park, you know, I try to be walk to work so I don't have to worry about it getting. I mean, can you imagine the amount of door dings that exist in that crazy parking lot? No. Sorry, I'm getting anxious just thinking about it. And I come from a family, I think everybody has a lot different car history. Some people come from a leasing family, or we only buy Honda family, or we only buy used cars. We don't buy new cars. Because the minute you drive off the lot, all that depreciation happens and all you did was drive off the lot. Or why would you buy a used car? Because God only knows what happened in that thing. And you can't trust it. You need the brand new car with a manufacturer's warranty. I think there's a lot of different places you can come from. Well, I came from you depreciate right when you drive off the lot family. And I mean, maybe they did buy some new cars, but back then I don't know what they bought. I just knew that's what I was taught. So we bought used cars. Okay, cool. I always bought a pretty good one. This last one that I got, that had all the magic sprinkled on it, I think that had 12,000 miles on it or something. And for Honda, I mean, that's literally nothing. So it felt like a really new car. But as I was working through, like, this is important to me, this would be great, definitely not a deal breaker, this would be fine, this I really don't want, this definitely not. I'm coming up with my list of needs and okays and wouldn't this be cools and stuff like that. And I I phone a friend. This could probably easily be 2 episodes because this is a completely separate concept, but I basically had I mean, what do you call it? He acted as my agent. I told him what I wanted. He started from the Google search to every time they asked me to sign something, I look to him and he nods his head like the Godfather, and I'm like, yes, okay, I will sign. He's like, that's fine, I will sign. He's my agent. So, and he's from a certified pre-owned family. So I get my list all together and I send it to my agent, and he says, "Okay, I found a great car for you." I said, "Great, let's go look at it." We're on our way and we get there, we're looking everywhere for it. Oh, it got sold. And so I kind of had this feeling, okay, we are looking at something that's somewhat popular. We're looking at something that's priced right. We're looking in the right area. And so I kind of need to be ready to pounce whenever next time I see something I like, I need to be ready to go. Well, the agent sends me something Thursday night. Not that these days matter. I'm just trying to give you a sense of where my head was. And send it to me Thursday night. Here's a really cool white one. I know you would love a white one, blah, blah, blah. And kind of looks a little too good to be true, but we could investigate it. Okay, great. Yeah, whatever you want. But Friday comes. Fridays are horrible days for me as far as having any bandwidth left at all, any social battery, any battery at all. Friday night comes, I want to hit the shower and I want to lay on the couch. That's about all I have left by a Friday night. So that was definitely one of those that next day. And I was like, well, I appreciate that white one and the couple of other ones you found. Those will be gone. Let's start fresh, tomorrow morning. So let's just start fresh Saturday. It's a car buying day anyway. And he says, I don't know, that white one's still listed, and I said, well, just fine, call about it. If it's there, great. If not, not. So while that's going on, cut to like in the movies when something's happening and something cool's about to happen, and then you cut to a scene that's one county over and it's a completely different household, completely different family. I see no associations. I don't know if this is her brother or I don't know if this is a stranger. We don't know what's going on. So, but that's what we're doing. We're cutting to a brand new scene. There's a guy. I know his name, but I'm not going to say it. Let's call him Colin. Colin is out. He's a dad, he's a husband, he is on top of it, okay? He is getting some stuff taken care of. Today's the day I'm going to go get the oil changed in the car. And what does Colin have? He has a family car. He's got the extra seats, lots of space in the back for hockey equipment and stuff. He's got the family car. And he's doing his responsible thing of taking it in to get the oil changed. But also, he's got a lot going on. There's a baseball game, there's a cheerleading practice, we got to do a fundraiser for something. He can't just be sitting at the dealership looking at an old fishing and hunting magazine while they're doing his oil change. He's got to keep it moving, so he gets a loaner. And the loaner is a 2025. It's kind of like not really like a super sporty, but compared to that family car, it's real sporty. Oh yeah. Takes those turns nice and smooth. Very cute. Brand new, smelling good, right? And he comes back to pay for his oil change and actually says, "You know what? I love this little zippy thing. I I want to trade in. I want to trade in the family car for this." And if you're thinking, well, you must just be telling this story quickly. I'm sure he texted his wife about this. I'm sure he stopped by on the way from one meeting to the other, and the wife was there and she's like, wow, I love that zippy little car. And he's like, I know, I just got it as a loaner because I'm getting the oil changed. What do you think? Shouldn't we trade it in? And she's like, yes, let's do it. And you're thinking, well, you just didn't have time to tell that part in the story. No, that part didn't happen. He just drove back to the dealership, bought the car, traded his car in, turned around and went home. And the wife was like, what? You did what? You got a zip instead of the third row for the kids and their cousins and all the baseball friends. You got a zippy little thing. Yeah, no. Turn around and go back. Honey, I bought the car. Yeah, turn around and go back. So, so he goes back to the dealership, sells his new car back to them, and gets a family car. And that night, Joy's agent is clicking around looking for what she wants, and where she's looking for a couple years old with low mileage, she gets a brand new, no mileage, basically. It's like 1,000 miles on that thing. And she gets it at a used car price because of Colin. Because Colin bought that car. He didn't test drive it, he bought it and had to sell it back. So he paid my depreciation. He drove it off the lot and it depreciated. I drove it off the lot and I got a brand new car with a new car smell for a used car price. Okay, I think that was meant to be. And I am all about, ladies, if these men are going to make these mistakes, let's pounce on them. Not the men. What's left behind to pounce on? Let's take their mistakes and raise them and make them amazing choices for ourselves and our lives. It feels like that is the exact energy I want this year. And this is the exact energy this year is given back. And I am saying all this to encourage you because you may not have Colin, but there's something, some little thing is working. That if you're watching this part of your life, there's a cut to in the movie, and we're seeing somebody, something, someplace, some whatever that seems to have nothing to do with you, but it's about to. We're about to see how these two seemingly random things connect to make something go right for you in 2025. I'm experiencing it. And I just want us to be open and ready to see it and super, super grateful when it happens. Because you think that the agent couldn't have even done that. God did that. He is the one that was making these, right? And now here they are. So eyes open, prayers up, Thanksgiving up. Let's just do the Thanksgiving now. And let's go.
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use it anyway.
You don't know how to use it anyway.
James.
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.